now to double figures and stretches the lead again. They lead now by 10 shots to 3. And I know one man who'll be watching this game with thoughts back to the time when he was lead for David Bryant, and that's our guest commentator for the fortnight here at World Bowls, David Rhys-Jones. Now, David has won with David Bryant 10 English and 6 British titles, so he'll be watching this game with particular interest.
Yes, one of the most jovial and one of the most friendliest of foreign visitors we've had here at the Henderson Bowling Club over the past week has been David Rhys-Jones, and although he's got a smile on his face at the moment, he is in fact a little lugubrious of spirit at the moment, as his good friend David Bryant, trailing by 9 shots to 3 along with Tony Allcock, and that was a very important end, wasn't it, for both teams there?
Well, it was. It was a big chance for England to come back into the game. Tony Allcock took a bowl out for maybe 5 shots, and it would have been 9-8. Instead of that, Belliss, true to form, picks the jack up, puts it in the ditch, won to New Zealand. But I'm not all that lugubrious. I'm not melancholy. It's early days yet, honestly, and I think the England team have got the character to come back.
What we've seen here, I guess, David, is something of a war or attrition, isn't it, between Bryant's driving and the lead play of Rowan Brassey. Will one of these fellows break, do you think? Is there going to be a change shortly?
Well, it's been a tremendous battle. I can't remember seeing such a contrast in styles. Brassey, I can't praise him too highly. He's been putting bowl after bowl in on top of the jack. It's tremendous. Bryant, though, he's been drawing well. We've been praising Brassey, but Bryant's been drawing to within a foot, 18 inches of the jack, and then hitting superbly. So Bryant is putting pressure on Brassey, believe it or not. Brassey putting pressure on Bryant, admittedly, but Bryant as well is saying to Brassey, you put them close, we'll hit them off. And so Brassey knows if he's going to fail on one end, that might be it. The game might change.
Are we seeing the best of David Bryant in this match? The man is a legend, you know, has played well. Is he playing as well as you would have expected?
I would say yes. He's being out-bowled, I know, but he's staying in the game. And he's not giving up. Anybody else, I think, would have been totally intimidated and out-bowled by Brassey in his present form.
Well, what do you think the English pair must do from this point on to get back into the match in terms of a change of tactics?
Well, it's very important that they should win an end. Now, they won an end a couple of ends ago and changed the length jack, put up a long jack, and it worked. They held 5 shots. All right, Belliss killed it that time. But while New Zealand are playing those short to 3/4 length jacks, they're going to be in control. They won 6 ends running. England must win another end, change the length jack, and see if they can change the shape of the game.
Well, David, if it's any consolation to you, there's a big rugby match in Twickenham tonight between England and Wales, so if David Bryant and Tony Allcock don't have much joy out here today, perhaps they might have some more joy against your countrymen in the rugby match tonight.
Well, I'm an Englishman here at Henderson while Bryant and Allcock are playing. At Twickenham, I'll be a
different story.
Yes.
And David Bryant's partner, David Rhys-Jones, giving wise counsel to the English team, which obviously they're listening to. But here's Peter Belliss. Is it no Rowan Brassey's last bowl? Beautiful stuff.
Not often you see Brassey having a run at the head, but he has had a few runs during the course of this whole tournament. Unfortunately for the New Zealand pair, although Brassey got the object, he also took out the closest New Zealand bowl. So it's a matter now of Peter Belliss having to settle down and draw the shot for New Zealand.
So it's England who's lying 2 shots on this, the 10th end. David Rhys-Jones said that many a man would be shattered having to put up with the draw play of Rowan Brassey, but not David Bryant. His experience counts for so much, and he's keeping England in the game.
As a matter of fact, over the last 2 or 3 ends, perhaps we could say that David Bryant really in the game, but Peter Belliss fixing the situation up for New Zealand. 1 to them.
And the play of Rowan Brassey bringing out the best in Peter Belliss. Great entertainment for the crowd today. miserable morning weather-wise, but by gee, they're seeing some great bowls. A win to New Zealand in the triples final, the gold medal to Ian Dickerson, Morgan Moffat and Phil Scotland by a win over Scotland, 18 shots to 15 in a cliffhanger of a match. And here we've got another one now with New Zealand leading England by 10 shots to 3. They're all joining the act.
Belliss will have around about 2 feet to draw a shot. He's only one down.
That's the one to beat, though.
Allcock playing it shrewd. He's not playing the backhand on this occasion. There's a lot of bowls in the running on the forehand. He slips in for another shot. He's virtually saying to Belliss, you have the harder shot to play, and it is the harder shot to play because Belliss is virtually playing to a bare jack. So it's Belliss now who's changing his hand. He's going to play it off the forehand.
Okay, bud.
England, 2 shots.
This is the 10th end of 21, so we're getting near the halfway stage, and New Zealand lead by 10 shots to 3, controlling the match, holding England to scoring on only 2 ends of the 9 played so far.
Yes, tripped out. Right through. Kicking it in. Yes,
Belliss has 1 bowl to save the end for New Zealand. They're 2 down. He goes back to the forehand, at least to the backhand. He gets a slip off that bowl and has come in for shot. Well, it was rather interesting because Tony Allcock, with his 3rd bowl, apologised to David Bryant. He actually said as the bowl came to rest, I'm sorry, it gave Peter Belliss a wing bowl, and they are always a danger situation. Belliss was quick to take the opportunity, used that wing bowl put there by Tony Allcock to come in for shot.
So the run shot from Tony Allcock, 1 to New Zealand, and after 10 ends, New Zealand now lead by 11 shots to 3.
Yes, it did a bit, yeah. Yes, it did. One her away.
Three-quarter length end yet again from Rowan Brassey, and yet again he plays off the backhand coming in this direction.
Great opening bowl to the 11th end by Rowan Brassey. And a fine counter by David Bryant. England the shot. Certainly David Bryant has been holding his own over the last three ends with Rowan Brassey. And we're seeing very high standard of lead bowls from both England and New Zealand. So Rowan Brassey coming in for shot, but what great bowls from both David Bryant, listen to that crowd, and Rowan Brassey. We're getting a real display of fine lead bowls from these two great international players.
Well, it will be most interesting. I'd be highly interested to hear David Bryant's comments after this match, because it would be very interesting to hear what he has to say. Look at this stuff. This is magnificent bowling by both players. But the old master, the legend of the game, he will, I'm sure, speak extremely highly of his opponent today, and I think Rowan Brassey will be delighted that he has performed so well against the maestro.
How about Rowan?
Oh, what do you have to do? David Bryant is coming up to have a look at this. England have the shot.
Yes, and New Zealand were very unfortunate there, because Brassey couldn't have bowled a better bowl. Got the shot, fell down on top of it, moved the jack back towards the England bowl, and it really does look in our picture as though it's the shot to England at the moment. Not a lot in it.
England restricted to scoring on two ends only in the game so far. 8 ends have been scored by New Zealand, with the best of 3 on the second end.
Tony Allcock indicated to Bryant that they had the shot, but I think it's